Just brilliant.
So good.
That's brilliant. And it's lovely to see you. Thank you for,
great to see
coming
you
to
too.
see us. Barry passed away on the 5th of August 2018 from bone cancer. And he kept it secret, didn't he?
He did, yeah. He always said he wanted to go like Tommy Cooper. You know,
On stage?
Die on stage, he wanted to, yeah.
Yikes.
Say, I'm going to work right to the end, whatever, or whenever.
And not only did he keep it a secret, he also always said, even before he knew of his own diagnosis, that he wouldn't want to go through chemo and he wouldn't want to have treatment.
Exactly, he said that for many years, and I always used to say to him, why, you know, all right, it might be a few months of sickness or whatever, you might lose your hair, who cares, you're still here.
Yeah.
You know, I'd go in tomorrow, you know, to have chemo, well, I wouldn't volunteer it, but, you know.
Yeah.
I don't want to go anywhere, I enjoy life, you know.
We've
You
all got
enjoy
friends
life,
whose
but...
lives have been transformed by it. It's, you know, it can be very rough, but nevertheless, you do, in some cases, you know, you live a very long time. Why do you think he kept it secret?
Well, because he knew, had he said anything, that our manager and myself would have been straight away, you know, get yourself sorted, you know. And he'd have lost pantomime, which he wanted to do panto. Obviously, he wants to keep working. Yeah. And that's the reason he didn't tell us.
Tough towards, you know, before he finally admitted, you know, I've got to give in to this, really, and stop working and tell people. But it got rough for him. It
did. It got rough, yeah, obviously, because cancer gets you, doesn't it? There's nothing you can do about it. Obviously, painkillers and stuff, but, you know, I couldn't blame him because that was his thing. He always said he would do that, and he did that, you know, but to lose him was awful.
Oh, I can't imagine.
It really was. But,
I mean, your brother, but also your work colleague and your friend. I mean, this was so much of your lives intertwined.
It was, yeah. Well, obviously, we've been together since I was born, because I was 3 years older.
Yeah.
But we worked together for 55 years.
Yeah.
It's a long time. In fact, coming here through Shepherd's Bush today, 60 years ago this month, we auditioned for a programme for the BBC.
No
It's Up to You, at the Empire in Shepherd's Bush.
No way.
60 years ago this month.
Mad,
oh, my God.
So what was it, for people that didn't know him, and we've known you for a long time, what was he like?
He was bubbly, he was fantastic, especially on stage. A friend of ours who was a bit of a, not a weirdo, you know, somebody that can feel things.
Oh, right.
He said,
Sidekick type of thing.
That's the kind of word, that's the word I was looking for.
Weirdo.
It's not easy at my age to remember the words, yeah. No, said, I watch him from the side of the stage, he said, and he's a completely different person when he walks on stage. It's like a spirit goes into him. And I think it was my dad, you know, because he was a comic, yeah.
He wanted you to continue working. That was what he said. You could keep working, and you've gone on to do that. But funnily enough, sort of in linking to what you've just said, you feel like you feel him with you.
I always do. In fact, it was at Morrison's for Marie Curie with the bucket on Friday.
Yeah.
And a woman walked past and she looked and said, lovely to see you. And I said, I can see your brother there beside you.
Oh, and is that comforting?
It's very comforting, but I've always felt that anyway. I've always felt that he's with me all the time.
Which makes working tough, because you have to rethink. When you are a double act, especially brothers and a double act for that amount of time, you've got to rethink everything that you do.
Oh, totally, yeah. I mean, yeah, you're used to TV, you're used to theatre work and stuff, but to go on your own, you know, I'd have Barry sitting here now, which probably is it, but, you know, I would have Barry. And if I run out of something to say, it'd be, aren't we? You know, need to say, what do you think? And, you know, back on it, like, I'm not saying you don't need each other.
No, we definitely
you do need.
No, you do. You rely on each other.
You do, yeah. You bounce off each other.
Yeah. Chucklevision. I mean, it meant a lot to so many people growing up. But this is an extraordinary story of where it actually saved someone's life.
Yeah, we said at the time, if we do nothing else in life, we've saved a little girl's life. She was a massive fan, and she was very ill, and she went into a coma, and she'd been in the coma for just over a week. And it was the Friday, and there's the mum with the girl standing beside her in the dressing room telling us this story.
Wow.
It was only a week before, and she was in this coma, and on the Friday they said to her, if she doesn't come out the coma by Monday, they're going to have to turn the machines off, which was awful. A beautiful little girl, this was. And she says, there's nothing we can do, so we can talk to her, you know. We don't know if she can hear you or not, but, you know, comfort her. And she had a thought, her favourite programme's Chucklevision. I'll go home and record it on a loop, Chucklevision music.
Yeah.
And go and play it. And she put it aside the bed, turned it on. In less than 2 minutes, she opened her eyes and said, "Is it on, Mummy?" Tears came out of my eyes. You know, I was in floods.
What a thing.
Oh.
I'm close now, because every time I think about that,
It's
a story.
What a wonderful
Saved the
legacy.
girl.
What a thing to have.
Yeah.
Just with the programme.
You mentioned that you were rattling your tin in Morrison's for Marie
nicely.
Curie, and you are an ambassador, and you've been an ambassador. You were both ambassadors for a long time.
Very long time, yeah.
Marie Curie are a remarkable charity. They're in the last days of someone's life.
Yeah.
And they're literally, I've always thought, and we've all been touched by them in so many different ways, like angels on earth.
They are, yeah. And they're not just comforting, they also administer medicines, you know, and things like that. They're actual nurses and doctors, of course, at their hospices. They do a fabulous job, and the month of May is the Great Daffodil Appeal. You know, so if anybody is there, sees it in High Street, anywhere you like, please put a couple of bob in, because that keeps them going.
Yeah, and it all adds up. There's also this Marie Curie Day, National Day of Reflection. That's on the 23rd of March at the end of this month.
That's right.
And this is a moment at midday, a minute's silence, just to reflect on...
On everything. And also, if you get a coffee mornings or go to the pub with the lads, and then just to sit round and have 5-10 minutes talking about loved ones or friends you've lost. You know, it's so comforting if you can talk. And there's other people in the same, you know, that lost their uncles, their granddads, their grandmothers, mums, dads, friends, you know, just talk about them.
Does it help you to talk about it?
Oh, it
Because
always...
I think people sometimes think, oh, better not mention him, not mention him, but...
This is the thing with when people pass away, you don't know what to say. And you know that if it's recent and you go and give somebody a hug and say, sorry to you about it, you're going to make them start crying again, you know. But there's nothing wrong with crying.
Yeah.
You know, get everything out of you like that I did with Barry.
Yeah.
Well, as he said, you must carry on, and that's exactly what you've done. And I suppose, are you waiting now to find out which panto you'll be in?
I'm still waiting for pantomime, yeah.
I mean, it's quite early in the year, isn't it, at the moment?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely there, the film, with the Crossroads pantomimes. But it's where I'm going.
Yeah.
And you DJ as well.
I do. I go and do clubs and universities everywhere, doing a guest DJ spot. And I'm at the Phoenix Arts Club in London on, I think it's the 27th of April.
Lovely.
Amazing.
An audience with.
Love it.
Well, it's lovely to see you. Thank you for coming in.
Very welcome.
And you take care.
In the meantime, Marie Curie's Great Daffodil Appeal is underway, and their National Day of Reflection is the 23rd of March. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.